Optic kills. It was the high-speed moment over in the break, and now as barriers go up, we're going to see Loud on the attack. Less playing the Killjoy for now, and the turret clearing out mid. They'll quickly take the space on the back of it, moving up through Market. Good kill onto Ye already, and with the control now taken, the utility out of play, it looks like a complete hard retake!
What He's a madman. Absolute madman, but the flash is even better. Even still, though, Sadak and Pancada managed to come up big. It's going to be left all on to Crash. It's not pretty on the first, but he still manages to get the kill.
Even dodged the paranoia as well. Here's the steps coming behind him. Isolates one duel, but he can't keep it for too long. 3 kills for Pancada in this as Loud pick up the pistol. Said it's important for Optic to start strong, but it looks like they're going to have a buffer of a few rounds before that's a possibility.
Yeah, and I just like the sheer pace of which Loud are already coming into this map. You can see the strength that they have even just by the stats of them on Ascent. Although, there's at least the silver lining for Optic that they were the one team to beat them.
That is true. That is true. I mean, you look back actually for Optic, I feel like this map, it's not somewhere that I look at and think, well, they're playing this so that they're at a disadvantage immediately. It's just more so Loud are so strong here. But that also means there's a lot of VOD, a lot of tape out there on how they like to play. And you know how difficult rematches can be. We've seen this one happen again and again. Over on Loud side, this attack sees quite a bit of space. They're only up against classics. The Headhunter in play as well. The utility through reveals, getting not too much with the door closed. That flash expected, waited for, and shut down completely. Well handled by Loud. They looked in control from the get-go.
Yeah, and Aspas not that far away from getting the knives online as well, which, especially going into the bonus, would be very helpful if he's able to. Even still, though, this is where things should get a little bit more interesting for Optic. They're going to have the rifles, every single player. I think Shield's only missing for Ye. Utility not looking too bad either. The question will be what sort of ideas the Loud have here. Sure, they've got a few rifles coming in themselves, playing that sort of extended bonus round with some extra weaponry, and by the looks of things, they want an early challenge into mid.
You can see the arrow wiggling as Sassy was waiting to swing through and fire it. The reveal clears close. With a smoke down, there could be a player sneaking up inside of it, but I think the reveal was there just as it bloomed, so it should be clear enough on that info. Unfortunately, Sassy then found out there's a player on short the hard way.
Well, they sort of forced back one player in the form of Victor, but Ye stuck around. And after that opener, you can just see how passive this setup becomes from Optic. They put themselves into a solid position. It looks like Aspas is just going to dive into the site again, though. The same as the previous round. This time it's being watched for by Marv. He doesn't connect the initial shot, though.
Paranoia didn't land on him. He's still good to fight. As Sadak goes down, utility on its way to clear Marv out, but Ye is holding strong. Kill after kill going his way, and with finesse landing one through the smoke, that round goes convincingly into Optic's hands. I mean, Marv surviving like he did, dodging the paranoia and being able to cut off Sadak, stopping any extra utility from making its way to the side, and, well, Ye just had free reign from that point while they were focused on Jenny.
That's the thing I really like with Marv. I feel like he truly is that controller specialist.
Yes.
Like, seeing him on Breach, KO, I've not really had anywhere near the same enjoyment, but you give him the utility to play around, and he truly is that superstar. He truly is the person you even put in the conversation with Ye.
You know, I mentioned that last time these guys played over on Pearl, when I was doing the Telestrator, I said that it was, Ye was 1-0 in opening duels. Marv was 6-1. Yeah. And it's so often that Ye will be there trying to get the early duel, falling back, and then Marv plays these nasty angles, able to capitalize off the gaps in spacing. Right here, you see that face to Ye, the aggressive early duel. It works out, and he doesn't even need his TP to get out of there, sitting comfortably with a man advantage now on Optic.
Yeah, the thing is, that's their lurk down as well. Les is normally looking to try and hold on to one half of the map while they pressure elsewhere. This means that Loud have to be a lot more careful of all of these aggressive positions that could have been taken, and a lot of the time are taken by players like Ye. Falling back into what looks like an A setup, and in fact, there's still 3 players within B, so maybe a slight misread here. Victor, I don't know if his spot was actually checked whatsoever, and they're still holding on to this short completely.
They definitely noticed Victor when the drone came around. They've caught Marv, though, taking down the first man that they saw. The spams coming back find nothing as the plant comes in. Loud regained the advantage, and with the ult online, Sadak is going to stop any heavy utility retakes. It could mean that Optic run the clock down a bit more and wait for it to be gone, but then they'll have such limited time on that clock to get in. They really need to force some fights without the utility, and, well, dry swinging into the angles isn't always the best approach, with kill after kill going Loud's way. They're still going for it. They're still
Victor!
pushing through, and Victor's got two. Pancada stuck below. A good kill, but he needs to survive. Up close now, Crashies could get him, but the TP, he's got into wine. He's buying time, and he won't cancel. Instead, he'll use this position to deny the defuse. Shoulder peeking and hitting the shot. The round is saved by Pancada with a Red Bull clutch. 3 rounds for Loud.
Oh, there were 2 shock darts, I believe, on Crashies. You just,
There were.
If he fires one of those in, he basically wins the round, probably not realizing how low Pancada was on the other side. This from Victor, though, was just absurd. And I think he actually dinks up the final player as well, almost solo retaking versus the entirety of Loud. The problem now is what's left on the other side. Weaponry in the bin. Okay, 1 off the tour de force for Ye could be a game changer. The fact is, what orb do they challenge for if they challenge for 1 at all?
Well, it certainly looks like B main is under the control of Loud. They're not going to be giving anything away. And Ye, sitting passively on the A side, will just be headhunting this round. Again, if he goes...
He's done so much damage! 2 shock darts back to back, and the entirety of the team, bar Pancada, is actually tagged. Also with delay utility as well, going through this would have its risks, especially now there's 4 players here and a 5th rotating in.
Oh, this is a bad read. Loud are walking right into the trap. They find the first. The spam is good, and the follow-up there. The weaker weapons really a saving grace for the attacker side. Not up against the heavy weaponry they could have been. Some kills still coming back for Optic, the round yet to be decided. And it's Marv sitting on the site, Spectre in hand. They know about Victor. He's an accounted for property. Marv might be able to catch them by surprise, but he's being spotted, and with that, the round seems to be over. 18 health left as he swings into heavy traffic. It will be Brazil taking an extra round, and the lead becoming more and more exaggerated. Optic have got to start sweating at this point.
As said throughout this tournament, one of the best controllers we have in the world scene. Some early information going to be taken. Ye is just walking it. We spoke about this man. The desk said that he can't put everything on his shoulders, but in this round, it looks like he's trying.
He's only died once so far, Pancada. This could be the second. The jump spot shallow each time. If he goes out that little bit wider, there's no telling whether Ye hits the shot or not. In fact, I'd say he probably does, knowing that it's Ye. And that's why they're being so cautious, so careful about giving away these advantages. Smokes haven't yet been thrown out and bloomed on mid. They're waiting for a late round take. There's the smoke. There's the peak. And now they'll try to punish from the connector, but he's already made it away.
Interesting spot. They're actually holding deep towards A in case there's any level of aggression. But it's a very, very passive hold. Other than Ye pushing and probing, everybody else is sat back on the map. This position, though, from Les might actually catch him off guard as the rest look to pressure in towards A.
This could be huge. Again, Victor in position, but he's not going to be able to pop a flash out of the smokes this time. Fully suppressed. Here we go, though. As it resets, he can potentially try to reinitiate some of these fights. They've caught Ye on the lurk through. We saw Les get caught by him in B main previously. Now, victory is his, and it could be Loud's as well, as every single kill seems to go their way. Only losing Sadik, and for the control they got, that is worthwhile. Crashies alone, credits in the bin. 4.2k on Ye, nobody else can afford to buy. You wouldn't blame him if he saved, but even then, what are you saving for? And the economy for Loud is going to get out of control.
Yeah, I just bringing something into the next round, I guess. A hero rifle. Again, though, just so impressive from Loud on those takes. The fact is, initially they get hit. I think by the KO9, 4 of the players, as they look to try an entry in, they're a little bit patient as they look to make their move. And then you just see, as the utility comes back online, the spams take Victor almost all the way down. And even then, the flashes that come through on the other side just leave him completely blinded. Clearing out that site looked way too easy. And okay, Les has gone down right at the end, but as you mentioned, financially it's meaningless, and they're going to go running to try and take this gun away.
You can't understate the importance of taking down Ye in those early rounds. Crashies not surviving this wrecks their economy completely. I mean, they had a potential hero rifle to be saved. Instead, well, you can see potentially Ye Okay, he's going in for the open light shields. So that's going to be the hero of the round. That needs to be something that pulls them through. But I can't agree with you anymore, Tom. That push that came through on the A side, it just looked too easy. When you've got the numbers there, when, again, you're able to pop your flashes and so on, but it seems like Loud are expecting that. They know, okay, KO was there, smoke is there, now he's able to flash. Let's just spam around the smoke. Oh, look, he's basically dead already. A frustrating round if you're Optic, though, because it feels like they set up for their plan and then never got to actually execute it.
Again, a patient default. Well, his impact of taking down Ye in the previous round can't be understated, almost seeming to have a hard read on what he was wanting to do, and almost forces Optic to play slightly more passively until they've actually cleared this man out of position. In the early round, you're going to have this double spot towards short, like basically the anti-flash being played by Victor and the angle being held by Ye. They've got the right read on where this is going. It's whether they can stop them.
This could be so dangerous. It's not the first man or the second. It's the operator of Ye that I'm worried about. He's blinded up, though. A fantastic paranoia. Crashies could be a hero here to step in and do some damage, but only the one. The Sheriff, not the gun that you want. And the lead extends even further in the Brazilians' favor as Loud are now 6-1 in the lead. Guaranteed, worst case scenario, an equal half. And knowing how strong they are on the defense with this being their map pick and having taken a title off of Optic for Bind. I mean, the last time that Optic lost, and I mean let me say, the last time the players on Optic lost, because they weren't even Optic at the time, it was last year at Champs up against ASCENT. Like, they don't lose that map, and when they do, it's to the best teams in the world. Like, for Loud to have that already and now such a strong lead, I mean, we need to see Optic put rounds on the board now.
Operator and VA again. They've been able to counter him in most rounds so far. The utility out, especially from Sadak, the flashes that we're seeing combined with Pancada's paranoia. Marv now looking to get a little bit aggressive as well. They haven't seen anything, but instead the pressure has been going in onto mid. Shock Dart, again, like Crashies has been at least chipping away at a couple of these players, and he's really caught Sadak. The spam through the wall will get them the opener. The question is, can they convert it? And they need to.
That is such a unique early duel. I mean, especially with the shock darts, they seem magnetized to his feet, just landing perfectly on him. Sadak did not have a nice time. And, you know, Aspis has stood here, of course, rightfully so, waiting for a repeat, waiting for something else, and it never comes through. They've pressured A again and again. Optic stay heavy on A, heavy on Wine. They even take Sassy down there, but the objective of this round is to take the B site. The thing is, with limited numbers now, they cannot afford to even end up in trades moving onto the site. They need to be convincing in these duels, and they've been slowed down completely, pushed out of mid. There's only 25 seconds left.
Yeah, they're trying to bait it, but this rotation back is going to be impossible. You've got Marved already playing deep. They're going to have to try and switch this up again. They look like they've got a little bit lost in those rotations. Not the prettiest of fights for less either, and now the remaining two. I don't even know if they had time to get to the site. They definitely don't now. For absolutely nothing for Optic to a Prime Gaming flawless just moments later. They have at least taken their second round, but Mitch, they need so much more.
They really do. That was a fantastic attempt by Loud, by the way. So you have this attempted push and almost fake on the A side. They move to B, they look to go, but then there's so much meeting them on the B side that they have two players run back down on mid. That was Pancada and Aspis. They rush mid, they run up short, they're stampeding. They're letting them know, we're coming back, we're faking it again. And then that's when they try to take the space with less, walking through the smoke to catch them on rotations. The panic on A of, oh, they're coming back, I need help. Everyone moves out of position. Les gets in with a great flank. Unfortunately, that reality isn't the one we live in. They've just been shut down. But fortunately, if you're a North American fan, because that was a round Optic needed, they would have been out of cash completely, and Loud would have ran away with this half. Instead, it's still up for grabs, at least to equalize.
Look, they're using the Killjoy ult just to get rid of that Hunter's Fury. In the meantime, they're looking to pressure on the other side, and Aspaz actually gets away with that. Now you have the Hunter's Fury to try and take him down. Marv has nowhere to go. It's a double early opener, but at least there is a trade, a little bit more searched for by Ye. And actually, he's going to get a second Pancada forced out into the open. Brings it back into a 3 versus 3.
Yeah, I mean, he could have just tanked it. It was only a nightfall coming, but instead ends up going down, trying to evade it. save some extra info. Great lurk again from Les. This guy has been unaccounted for in a number of rounds, and the value found almost every time. Finesse trying to break the door, almost meets his demise. That fight could be everything, and with Finesse down, Yay on 10 HP, this is done. He knows it. He'll pick up the op and run for the hills. Loud may let him save it. A little consolation for the half, now guaranteed to be a loss. 7 rounds on the board for Loud, and a frankly ridiculous start to this map.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Optic are looking out. Like, they're looking like they're going to that lower bracket already. After losing the first map and just the way that Loud have come into this, the opening duels. And I feel like as well, a lot of the times, even in the last map, where we would see that sort of 3v5, like a couple of rounds go the way of Optic from being down a man, this time Loud looks so much more stabilized. Les has been an absolute demon at just catching them on lurks in every single round. Like, we saw him have a fantastic map on Viper. I think he's even better when it comes to the Killjoy. And then, as said, just the amount of assists that is currently just really stacking up for both Sanak and Pancada when it comes to just taking that space, leaving players in the most awkward of fights. The even Yay getting 2 kills on
start this map out incredibly hot. Now Sadak really stepping it up, but for me, Les is the most important player so far, purely because he is consistently changing Optic's game plan. He is a thorn in the side anytime they try to set up. Look at even the last round, 3 players heaven. Yeah, you have to. You have to. And this is the thing. Some of the other fights you lose, you're like, I lost that duel, that sucks. For Les, it's like you are thinking constantly, where is this guy? What is he doing? Is he behind me? Is he going to push the smoke? Is he... That is so irritating. And if you can get in your opponent's head like that and make them adapt to you, you're already winning. A lot of the time, at least. 2 hostiles detected up close, 1 on the A side a little further back. This has prompted the ult out of them, the panic ult almost.
They popped it just before. It will force almost a reset, and actually still just leaving 1-man post on the other side. The thing is, though, Loud have been very happy to play into the lane. Wait patiently. And now they're going to start splitting back. There's only 1 man on this side. Nobody in position to help out Yay. Is this the round he takes over? It's not looking likely. He's completely surrounded and has to fall back to the side.
Crashies was jump spotting, left it open as they walked on through. Yay is gone, despite that trade back that they had just moments ago. The round seems to be going into Loud's favor, and again it's Les! A quick double seems to secure it. Marv, the last man standing, 1v3, low HP on Sadak, but that's about where the benefits end. Has a cosmic divide we don't expect to see used in time. Well, it's the least of his concerns with those numbers against him and a smoke that he'd have to walk through.
Well, of the players left in the tournament coming into today, he did have the highest clutch percentage, but to try anything here would be to risk the rifle. And honestly, at this stage, I wouldn't mind it so much. Of course, I don't expect him to necessarily win it, but they need something. This team needs a hero to almost just bring them back from the brink, because at the moment, well, this is probably the most shut down Ye's been the entire tournament, probably.
It's the most shut down I've seen Optic be, I think, just period. I mean, Loud are playing an absolutely incredible game. As we said, you know, sometimes you get these upset games and you're like, I kind of feel, oh, that was close. I kind of feel like the favorite team like messed up. They didn't play their best game, like all this sort of stuff. And sometimes that's true, but you cannot take anything away from Loud. They are playing such a clean game. It was tangible from the first half on Bind. And it got even better as we watched this team warm up into the series, whereas Optic, they seem to be ice cold right now, not in a good way.
8-2. The buy from Optic, not the best, but they need to still be going for purchases at this point.
Hey, look, the little crouch. He got spotted by the recon, so he just pops a little squat there like, hey guys, I'm over here, what you gonna do? They've left the A side completely.
Yeah, there are 4 players currently outside of it. They're looking to try and pressure into mid. It's something I mentioned just a round or so ago, that this has been somewhere that has been taken for free, and Loud have adapted. Just patiently waiting. I guess as well, with no aggression from Yay, which has been a staple of this A site, there's at least less information.
Well,
Crashy's just trying to hold on to that cross. I imagine he's just going to try and catch somebody as they go past the door. But with spotting absolutely no one, the knife not even going to connect onto anything. This is probably going to be quite confusing on the other side.
He doesn't get this again. They've destroyed the turret. They know he should be close by. He's in the corner. Damage done, but no kills. Optic coming ahead now, 5 versus 3. They've lost the site. They may well concede a plant as well. The retake is set up to be in their favor. They've got a Cosmic Divide as well, and that basically forces Loud to play on site.
Ready. Make their move back through. The Horn only going to give them a little bit of information, but this is looking much better from Optic. Sassy, 1 versus 5. Maybe to put the final nail in the coffin. He's looking for the lineup, and while body blocked and taken out by Marv. A much better round from them. A complete, almost takedown of everything that was being attempted on the other side. And I like the idea, especially from Crash. He's just basically, my job is get 1 kill on the cross. And that's exactly what he did. Another Prime Gaming flawless, by the way. 2 of the rounds that they've won have been flawless, but every time, Loud swung back instantly.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, to be honest, the adaptation alone is just a great face. Get rid of Les, send a player with Ye, make sure he's gone. You keep Ye alive in the late round, fantastic. But if Les comes up behind you at any point, and you know he will, and this is the thing, so I said Les has been forcing them to change, he's been getting in their heads in that sense. Well, now he's been shut down on that, and he's gonna have to change his position a little bit. Could have off-put the pace of the round, last one of the half, and Loud
again. The 3-man stack into mid, the exact same thing out, and by the looks of it, they're looking to pick up the pace. Now the difference is, because they've thrown in that null command, I don't think he can do the same recon. So that just means that they're going to have this site almost for free, and Crashy's desperately hoping to try and find someone around the edge of the door, but he won't.
Okay, this could be a problem. Still the Cosmic Divide. So you know these players are going to remain on site. Les, not again! He changed it up again and again! Ye is shut down! He's not given a chance to play the round! Loud have the advantage, and they played on site. This Cosmic Divide doesn't lock them out nearly as much as Optic would hope it does. Instead, they're willing to fight, losing the duels. 2 versus 3. Only the men underneath now remain, with Pancada finding 1, and Sassy tripling up in the round! We will end up at 9-3. Loud have put on one of them.
Yeah, as I said, I want to reiterate, over the last 3 times they played this, they are 21-3 in terms of their defensive rounds. They go in with one of the best attacking halves we've probably ever seen, and now they go on to their favored side of the map. It is going to be a brutal uphill battle for Optic to get back.
To put up the most numbers. That's not possible. They're going to put up 4 and it's done. And
unless we go to mega OTs.
Crowd is behind Optic, that's for sure. We need this pistol to go their way. Loud have won 2 out of 3 of them, with big individual performances stepping it up. Not even a game plan that took it across the line. For Optic, they're taking it slowly. You know, you can feel how much this round means to them. This is not one that they go into and look for some loose kills. They need to take every advantage they can possibly get here. Going into a stack.
3 players and a 4th looking to hold on to the cross. Victor, he's having trouble just breaking the turret. Timmy surviving far longer than he should, and he gets hit by a shock dart. Aspas already demolishing 2 members. It is a shambles on the way through, but Marv might have just rectified it. The ping up is going to give some information, but the trades are so good on the side of Loud. They're low though. There's a chance. Pancada, if he goes down, it could be a problem. But Aspas, 4 kills in the pistol round, double digits for Loud. And while they are moments away from getting themselves into the grand final again.
It certainly seems that way. A tale as old as time between these 2 teams. That rivalry not going to end in in North America's favor for now, it seems. Another pistol that follows the same pattern. We had a 4K, a 3K, a 4K, individuals on Loud, stepping it up. You can see Optic in a moment, they get a little bit tunnel visioned into finding those kills, expecting this is the last guy on the site, but then there's 2 more. They ran into the stack and realized it too late, and now they're left to classics. This should be 11 rounds for Loud, and then a basically flawless half if Optic are to have any chance in this series.
I feel like there's very few believers at this point. The crowd
seems to.
The crowd will them on. I'll say that. Okay, well, Ye's managed to win a battle. Sadak's probably going to want that one deleted from the VOD, but it doesn't matter. His teammates are there. As said, we've got so many strong performers on this squad. And now it's on to Finesse. He's even getting spammed up. Would need some classic magic, and it isn't happening. Still a decent round,
sure.
But in the context of things, I don't know how much difference it will make.
Yeah, it's a silver lining at best, but you got to capitalize on it. And so far, Optic have struggled to get anything on the board. We have rounds where Ye's pulling up 2 kills with an AWP, and then they still just get rolled over coming into site pushes. Victor had that fantastic 2K, and since then, yep.
Oh no.
It's been shaky. And I don't know what's leading to it, but Loud are playing some of the best Valorant I've seen out of this region, out of this team.
They're pushing both extremities.
Of anyone.
They've got so much control already, and with the weaker weapons, this is just the perfect positioning for them to be in. They're not going to be able to take any of that control, and instead, mid, it's going to be 4. It's not gone well for Marv. That's going to be a rifle into the hands of his opponents, and they only came into this with mostly stingers.
Oh, and Aspas even shuts down Ye. Another rifle to be retrieved. Control and a trap gone, which means no information for Optic anymore. There are 3 players stacked up on A, and they basically need to commit to it. Crashies is kept out for a moment, but okay, they've got Sadik. Now they can look towards the site. You've got an Omen here. They know that. The paranoia already put out, and so he's the last man standing on the site. As he goes down, it's a 2v2, but look at Crashies. My man has got 1 health left. Victor. He had a 2K earlier on. He had 2 more kills since. We need to see this as a round where he delivers, because I don't think Crashies is going to have it in him to win these duels. Luckily, there's no damage dealing utility, so they will have to do it with the bullets.
Timmy disagrees. 1 bullet from the turret could be enough. It means there can't really be a swing, and they're just looking to try and play off of each other. Victor almost just going to hide in the corner, trying to use Crashies as bait, so they won't check it the second time. And he is still just lurking around this angle. Does Aspas actually go back in for this peek? He does, but he loses the fight. And they know roughly where Les is going to be. He's just sticking this defusal, looking to try and get it all the way! And he lets go and lands the headshot! This man has been unstoppable this series! And 12 and 9 match points go the way of Loud.
This is looking over. It was already there, but this round, the insult to injury, the stick that comes through, and then he just pulls off it after a whiffed swing from Victor. Great kill onto Aspas, but look at this. 2 bullets fired. He didn't commit. And then he swings back out into the bullets, into the pre-fire. 9 chances to close this out. Loud have kept this energy up from step 1, and this guy's got an Odin in his hand. Sassy, I love you, man. Scary thing to play up against, that's for sure. And a judge for Sadik. Of course, yeah. No, naturally.
Finesse. Taking a little bit of early space. Aspas, the thing is, he's been hit, but it might give the bait that there's not a second player there, and they're almost being funneled towards this judge. It does seem like Optic are going to lose this game, but you don't want to lose it to that gun.
Not like this. Okay, Victor's making a good call. Well, maybe not. I mean, there is an AWP here, and the bullets ringing out from Les. They're a distraction. They were to hide the fact that Aspas was here. He will tank that KO knife. Nowhere to go. No utility to get him out.
They all got hit by the knife on the other side, so they know that basically the entirety of Optic are in mid. They have 40 seconds to play with. Aspas, he lights them up! A collapse that has probably put Optic to bed here. Crashies even taken to half HP, and it's left onto him to try and clutch this out. But Aspas has had enough. A knife needed to be connected, but instead it's less to put them down.